What is up, guys? Welcome to another video. That Geeky guy here, and today we'll be looking at the Week 4 coverage for Road to Nationals. Once again, we are looking at the article published by fabtcg.com, the official website of Fab. So basically, there are a few things to talk about here. First, Chain once again is the top of the board. All across the board, Chains are winning, so it is still the top pick for Road to Nationals. Bravo, on the other hand, is another choice that is doing pretty good recently and is getting some wins basically by swinging their hammer. They can block with two cards and pitch two blues in order to swing their hammer. So they are pretty efficient in that sense. Next one, we have Katsu. There are few Katsu being actually being talked about here. The mid-range, the control, the aggressive, all strategy works. But it seems that based on the article here, we can see Aggro Katsu is doing the best because they are able to race against Chain. So another hero that is doing well with multiple archetypes such as Katsu. So this is Bolton. Bolton is doing pretty well. As you guys might already know, Bolton is they come in two type of builds, either the Centauri or the Radiant build. So Centauri one's dependent on the massive turn with Lumina, while Radiant on the other hand is a more aggressive build for Bolton. Surprisingly, Rhinar, Dorinthia, and Prism are still doing quite well. I'm gonna say Prism is the one that is doing the most, I guess, winning the most in these three of these heroes. So Rhinar, Dorinthia, Prism, they are doing quite well. The one that is not making that big of a splash or basically not making much of top 8 is Viserai, Kano, and Azalea. So those are some of the summary that we can see in the opening paragraph here. So the first one is at Baseline Inc., which is taking place at Illinois, United States. They have 42 players, and Katsu actually got the first place here. So let's take a look at the deck list. So this deck list is by Derek Watring. As you can see, he is opting for a more aggro Katsu. So the first deck giveaway is the Hardened Cross Trap. So the reason of Hardened Cross Trap being used is to race against Chain. Those two resource discount being given by Cross Trap is pretty useful. So they can basically play out Surging Strike for free, follow up with a nice Whelming Gust Wave and the whole thing. So there are not much changes from the usual Katsu list that we see. We have some interesting Lunging Press, Crane Dance, and 2 copies of Fine Center. 1 copy of Unmovable, so this is most probably for warrior matchups, and also 3 copies of Sink Below. Those are the only defense reaction going in. 3 copies of Art of War, as is this is an aggro deck, so that is to be expected. So in the UK, Dorinthia Iron Song by Shari Shaban basically got a first place. Let's take a quick look at the deck. We can see that he's playing the very, I would say, a common warrior deck build, with the difference being a Time Snap Potion. So this is most probably being used for the Prism matchups with the Arclight Sentinel, Nourishing Emptiness, and also Command and Conquer. So what's interesting here is he's only playing 1 copy of Nourishing Emptiness and 3 copies of Command and Conquer, basically favoring more towards the CNC. So it might be because of his local meta being dominated by control decks, or Command and Conquer just threatens to remove your arsenal, so that is pretty good choice. 1 copy of Nourishing Emptiness, basically if it hits, it hits. So I guess that's the thought process here. So Kevdin's Market, Chain got in first place, so it is very common to see Chains getting first place here. The ability to play out of your Banny Zone is nothing to scoff at. So the list itself is the standard Chain list, but with the difference being the Flock of the Feather Walkers here being played. So this is a very close replication of the deck list by Matt Rogers. So that's pretty much it. In Australia, once again, Chain is the first here, so we can take a quick look here. You can see once again the flock meta is going strong all around the United States and also the UK. So interestingly, Bolton here got a first place by Adam Bidler. At a first glance, this is a pretty standard Raiding build for Bolton. So you can see the Raiding is the only weapon being used by this deck list. So he's focusing more on the aggressive Bolton. I am interested to see how he handled the chain. As you can see here, the finals was between Matthew here and Adam. I guess Adam just play very aggressively just to push the advantage. And once again, Darby's Dungeon. Bravo here, interestingly, got a first place by Bronson. So Bronson is a content creator for Fab. So very interesting win here. So this is a 30-player Road to Nationals. So very nice to actually see a Bravo player doing well. So the deck itself is pretty standard. 3 copies of Yellow Blessing. We don't usually see this. We are so used to seeing a Blue Blessing. I guess there is a disadvantage of playing a Yellow Blessing just to gain an extra life there. So let's take a quick look at the yellow one. We don't usually see this. So basically at the end, at the beginning of the action phase, we destroy, reveal the top 2 cards. So the blue one only reveals 1 and the red one reveals 3. So Bronson actually got a win with the Bravo, very interesting. Chris here got a win with the Chain. I'm interested to see if it's still the Flock deck build while it's loading. Let's scroll down. Chain once again. Unfortunately, there is no deck list to actually look to. If we scroll down here, once again, Flock is the meta going forward. Very interesting. So another Chain here. I guess it would be the Flock build. Another Bolton. Let's take a look. And let's take a look at the Chain first. So the Chain one is having the Flock build again. And Centauri Saber is the choice for Christopher here, who got it first in the Return to National at Kaboom Games. So Bravo, interestingly, is doing quite well. A Prism, and then let's take a look more of these different matchups. We have once again a Chain. We have a Prism deck here. So let's take a look at the Prism deck to see if there is any interesting here. So Vestige of Soul. So it is most probably be a very aggressive Herald deck. Yes, indeed, he's playing some Pummels and Tomb of Divinity to help with the draws. Tomb of Find Out to actually gain back some life. So it's a pretty standard Prism deck recently playing Tomb of Find Out and also Divinity. So in Hong Kong here, another Chain. So this is pretty Chain dominant top 4 with only one being a Prism. So let's take a look at the Chain here. The deck list once again, Flock would be the choice. So this is a 53-player event. Still Chain dominated that. And then we are looking at Spain here. Reiner actually got a first place. Unfortunately, I could not click on the link since the deck list is not updated. Unfortunately, I would like to actually see a Reiner deck list doing that well. So that's it, guys. Finally, we have a Sir Bolton here. Actually got the first place in Austria. So thank you very much, guys, for watching. So that's pretty much it for the Road to Nationals Week 4. Just a quick overview. Just want to share my thoughts with you guys. And thank you very much for watching, guys. Do like, subscribe, comment down below, and see you guys in the next one.